Coming up on Mountain News at 6, the latest on a Campbellville University student who was found unresponsive in his dorm room. Plus, the mayor of One Pike County City says he's had enough, prompting him to resign from his post.
Plus, temperatures are set to plummet by Wednesday. Those details coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A small Kentucky college town is in a state of shock over the murder of a young college athlete in his dorm room. Police say 18-year-old Josiah Kilman was strangled to death during the weekend at Campbellville University in Taylor County. Just after midnight Saturday, police say he was found unresponsive in his dorm. He later died at a hospital. Police identified 21-year-old Charles Zeke Escalera, who was on the wrestling team with Kilman, as a person of interest in his murder.
Well, at this point, the motive is still unknown. However, of course, it's an ongoing investigation.
Allegations in your case are that on February 24th of 2024, that you committed the offense of murder, a Class A felony, by causing the death of Josiah Kilman.
That was during Escalera's arraignment today, when we also learned he faces a burglary charge out of Greene County. He remains in jail on a $2 million cash bond. Following the murder of that student at Campbellville University, students are on high alert at campuses across the Bluegrass. Some University of Kentucky students say they are being extra cautious in the wake of the incident. Julia Sandor talked with UK police about how they are ensuring campus safety.
Well, unfortunately, it takes incidents like, the Campbellville University homicide, as well as the one at the University of Georgia, to really get people thinking about safety on college campuses.
At the University of Kentucky, Chief Joe Monroe says they take preventative measures each day to be proactive in the college community. It's one reason freshman roommates Madison and Aaron feel safe in their dorm room.
We have to take these online courses at the beginning of the year, and I think we have to do them each semester, like redo them on campus safety.
Sometimes you can't even sign up for classes until you've signed up for the emergency, like text, and then you get a text, a call, an email. So if there's anything happening on campus, you'll hear about it for sure.
Along with UK's more than 4,100 cameras on campus, Chief Monroe says the Blue Emergency Towers and Live Safe app are valuable tools to keep students safe.
Be aware of your surroundings. If you feel like something is not, normal, or makes you feel uneasy, or that hair stand back on the back of your neck stand up, or get that tingle feeling, it's probably not.
Some students say seeing tragedies unfold so close to their own campus is shocking. But for Aaron and Madison, they're grateful for the safety measures already in place at UK.
I think really staying up to date with the news that's going on, knowing where to go, what's safe, and just always being with your people, you'll always be good.
In Lexington, Julia Sandor, WKYT.
For more information on campus safety or to sign up for self-defense classes, you can visit the University of Kentucky Police Department's website. Police in Laurel County need help finding a wanted man. Police say 53-year-old Michael Lee Ball of Keevee is wanted on an outstanding warrant for sexual abuse and being a persistent felony offender. If you have any information, you can contact London PD at 606-878-7004. Also in Laurel County, a man is facing charges after reportedly kidnapping someone and leading police on a chase. Police received a report about the incident this morning as officers tried to execute a traffic stop. Dustin Bewley tried to get away from them. The chase ended after Bewley's vehicle overturned after hitting a guide wire for a utility pole. Bewley was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. The victim was taken to the hospital for possible minor injuries. And also in Laurel County, a Wisconsin man is facing charges after police say he stole a SUV. Deputies with the sheriff's office pulled over 61-year-old Stephen Robert Powers on North Laurel Road yesterday afternoon. During the traffic stop, deputies noticed the front and rear windshields were busted out of the gray Ford Explorer. During an investigation, officers learned the SUV had been stolen out of Mississippi. In Pulaski County, a Somerset man is in jail after police say they reportedly found illegal drugs in a hotel room he was staying in. Deputies with the sheriff's office brought 47-year-old Robert Fletcher into custody last week. Officers had received a report of Fletcher renting several separate rooms, one of which contained illegal drugs. Police found meth with a field weight of more than 2 grams in Fletcher's possession. A man accused of killing his wife will be in court next week. James Brock is charged with murder, domestic violence. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office say they found Doris Brock shot to death and James unresponsive in their home last week. James was taken to the hospital to be treated for an apparent overdose. James is in jail on a $500,000 bond. He'll be in court March 6th. Elkhorn City's mayor recently tendered his resignation, leaving his seat behind after more than a decade in that role. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from Pike County.
There. Mayor Mike Taylor says his frustrations came to a boiling point when Elkhorn City flooded in 2022.
People would have died.
He claims he tried to get help, but assistance never came.
It's around this way, the doctor's office, so that little parking lot was the only place out of water. How are you going to get them through? And when you think help's on the way, we're coming back up through. Nobody came.
And he says that isolation has been building up ever since, as miscommunications continue to soil the city, leading to its current financial fiasco, which the council is working to correct.
Lord help us. We've got, there's a mess.
Taylor says he accepts responsibility for not taking a more active role in the city's finances by helping the previous city clerk.
You know, I should have stayed with her a lot more. I did a lot, but should have stayed with her a lot more than did.
He says it was not this situation alone, but the pressure of the public and lack of assistance that has taken its toll throughout his 13-year run as mayor, leading to his resignation last week.
And you know what? Look at me. Pounds are lost. Look at my face. Look like an old man. Have you caught? I go in a restaurant, my kids, and I sit there and cry. I sit down and cry, stand there, tears start coming out to what they did to me.
And while the council works to figure out the finances, Taylor says he will assist as much as possible until his last day on April 1st.
But I want people to know I'll still be there for them. I can't let them keep cutting me down and hurt my daughters. I will not do that. They've hurt them enough.
Saying the council did not force his hand, but one of its members will step up in the interim.
We appoint one city council. That's the risk with it. But I will never do it again. I will help people in this town.
Until the next election when the city's voters can name a new mayor. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Taylor says he expects the mayor's seat will be up for grabs in the November election. The next city council meeting is set for March 12th. For the third year in a row, a bill is filed to make Juneteenth a state holiday. Senator Gerald Neal filed the bill last week. Juneteenth commemorates the day the last slaves were freed in the United States. Senator Neal says he thinks the repeated delay in establishing Juneteenth as a holiday is due to a difference in priorities, but he says persistence is key.
They think other things are important, so I look at it in the most positive sense.
Neal says the holiday would also encourage the learning about Black history and struggles faced by the community.
We are pleasant on this Monday evening across the region. Here's a live look from the WYMT studios overlooking Hazard. That current temperature up to 66 degrees and most of us in the upper 60s to lower 70s in the Cumberland Valley, up to 70 for London, also in Somerset, 71 for Manchester, also in Irvine. And this mild weather will also continue as we go into tomorrow, also on your Wednesday. Up on first alert pinpoint Doppler. For most of us, we are dry, but we are zooming into a few sprinkles in southeast Kentucky, also southwest Virginia, pushing out of Buchanan County at this hour. But again, for most of us, we are dry as we go into this evening, but those rain chances are set to increase as we go into your Tuesday, also on Wednesday. Also tracking some more windy weather through Wednesday. We could see winds up to 30, possibly 40 miles per hour. Not going to rain 24/7 tomorrow, but a few showers are possible. Higher rain chances, though, on the way by Wednesday, all thanks to a cold front. And once that system passes, we are cold by Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thanks. Officials in Laurel County are remembering the legacy left behind by a former police chief. WYMT's RJ Johnson shares how William Bill Smith is being remembered.
Bill Smith served in many roles throughout Laurel County, including chief of the London Police Department. Current London Police Chief Chuck Johnson says he cultivated the department into what it is today.
When he was the chief of police, he was a great chief. All the officers that worked for him, thought the world of him. Did a great job. He brought the London Police Department basically into the modern era of policing for the time.
Not only did Smith serve as chief, but he also founded Ambulance Inc. of Laurel County in 1977 and helped start up the 911 Center in London.
That's one of his biggest legacies is he always wanted to help people, regardless when he was police chief, when he created, helped spearhead the 911 system for Laurel County, or even here at Ambulance Incorporated. All he ever wanted to do was help people.
Ambulance Inc. Director Jamie Mills says he was always a great person to be around.
I know Mr. Smith for 23, going on 24 years, and he was just the greatest fella, the greatest all-around fella that I've ever known.
Johnson says Smith paved the way for emergency services in the county.
He paved the way for, like I said, not only not only the police department, but for emergency services as a whole to be able to become what they are here today.
Adding Smith always found ways to help as many people as possible, even outside of the job.
He was also heavily involved in his church. The church family, loved him dearly as well. I mean, I don't know that you could go anywhere and find anybody that would have anything negative to say about him.
Both Johnson and Mills say his legacy will live on forever.
We definitely want to remember Chief Smith for not only his public service, but for the man that he was.
We plan on honoring him the best we can. We're going to have, we've got our ambulance draped out front, and we're just going to do our best to honor his legacy.
In London, R.J. Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Last year, Ambulance Incorporated honored Smith with a new ambulance featuring his signature cowboy boots and hats. He was 84 years old.
Well, we are tracking some warm, wet, and windy weather through Wednesday. Your forecast after this break.